What's up, everybody? This is Podcast Gameoverse, episode 111 for Saturday, July 23. I think that's today, right?
That's today, the 23rd.
Okay. Video games, we talk about them here. I am Wasabi Ice Cream. That was, and still is, Rick. What's up?
Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm excited. We got not a lot to talk about, but some pretty big deals have happened. I'm excited. I woke up at a reasonable time today, so I actually got some energy to actually talk about this shit. Let's start where we always start, though, man. Tell the people what you've been playing.
Power Wash Simulator. It's on Game Pass, and I have been playing it more.
That's like the newest like meme game right now, right?
But here's the thing, though. It's not a meme, though. I mean, it kind of is, of course. It's like these simulator games are they make them because they're stupid, but it's actually like really fucking good. So I'm
really?
playing.
Okay, explain. Like, what part of like, I guess like what part of your brain lights up when you play this game?
None of it, and that's the thing, because it's not that it's not that it's like stimulating my brain or anyway. It's that it's not stimulating my brain, so I can do other shit, and it's just satisfying enough that everything just kind of it just feels okay. It just feels good, like the sounds, the power washing sounds make is very satisfying. The visuals of the water just like spraying is satisfying. There's different materials, so as you go over certain things, like as you like put the cursor over stuff, it'll be like, hey, this is metal, this is ceramic, this is glass, and the different materials will have different levels of porousness or whatever. Like sometimes you need to hit like I like metal, for example. Shit sticks to it in a way that it doesn't stick to like wood. So you kind of have to blast it a little more to get them clean. They paid attention to stuff like that, but then everything makes like a different like sound. They paid attention to the sound effects. So when you're hitting like glass, it sounds different than when you're hitting like cement.
That's actually like really cool. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, and there's different attachments. So I really like the yellow attachment. The different attachments, they have different angles and different levels of power based on how far you stand from the surface that you're washing. So the red attachment is just like it's no angles on it. It's just a straight fucking line, and it's the strongest one. It's just a direct stream of water. But then you get the yellow attachment, which I think is like a 15-degree angle of water. And I feel like that's the sweet spot for me.
That's it. That's what does it for you. That 15%.
The 15 degree is where it's at, because the more you go in degreeness, the less powerful it is. So the more you have to kind of go over the same area. But I feel like the yellow is a good power to angle ratio. And then there's like a green angle a green attachment where it's like 45 degrees.
Okay.
And you get a good spread on that, but you're losing power. So it's you kind of have to weigh your costs there.
Okay. So it's a little bit more engaged than you initially think.
Like they thought about everything with this. There's a career mode, so you get different scenarios. One's like, hey, some kids, my kids threw a party at my house while I was gone, and they made a mess, so I need you to come and clean everything. And you go in there and you do it, and it'll take you like a long time. Like, so I was playing last night while here's the thing, it's a game that I can play, completely turn my brain off and like focus on something else.
Okay.
While I'm still playing the game though. So last night I was like just doing like some study for like some like comp TIA like certification shit.
Okay.
And I just had that playing in the background on YouTube, like mostly paying attention to that. But then at the same time, just playing Power Wash Simulator, like, yeah, I could just do this like mindlessly. It's like a game you can play and just hold a conversation and not really have to focus on too many things. It's like it has a co-op, as 4-player co-op, so like you can get a group in there together and just kind of just hang out and just chat while you all like just focus on different areas of power washing and different the same scene.
I was just
So
about to ask about that too.
yeah,
So
it's
how is this different from like? I guess the only other cleaning game I could think of is like Viscera Cleanup Detail. Like, how does it
yeah.
compare to that? Is it like kind of
Oh,
triggering the same things or?
so the problem with Viscera, so that's the only other one that I really played. And the problem
Yeah.
with that fucking game is that you can undo your work by like if you're like because so in that game you're like cleaning up blood and shit and you got like a mop and a bucket and you dip your bloody mop in the bucket and the bucket gets bloody. So if you then knock your fucking bucket over, you've ruined the floor you just cleaned up. Or like if you walk in blood and then like walk on the surface that you just cleaned, you've tracked blood all over the place.
Oh Jesus, I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
own
yeah.
the game, but I never played it. So
Yeah, so that's why that game sucks. I mean, it's more realistic, but it sucks when that shit happens. So,
it's more engaged then than like Power Wash. Like, you can't turn your brain off because you'll fuck something up in Viscera.
yeah, you have to go in with a plan in that and be like, okay, I have to clean this area and then not walk in the dirty area because I'm gonna like track mud and blood and guts over the shit I just cleaned, or I gotta be careful not to knock over my shit. Like, it's more physics are involved in that. That's I don't want to be able to fuck up my shit. So in Power Wash Simulator, you only clean. You can't. There's no negative shit. Once you clean anything, it's not like because if they really simulated physics, you would have to clean everything from like the top down. Because
Yeah.
if you started from the bottom, then anything you cleaned at the top would drip down to the bottom and like undo
Yeah.
your shit. It doesn't do that. It's basically like an eraser, basically. So whatever you
Okay.
blast, it's like an eraser, and there's different strengths of eraser that the different attachments do. If that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. That's good to know then. So
The only
it
annoying
really is
thing,
just like a relaxing, like kind of turn your brain off and engage type of game then.
yeah, yeah. The only real annoying thing about it is that they really want you to get behind shit and underneath shit in a way that's like you can in a way that's annoying. So if you clean like a tire swing or something, they want you to get inside the tire and they want you to get underneath the tire,
Mm.
and it's annoying like that. Um, they want you to get inside every crevice and every corner and shit, and that's a little annoying. Like once you thought you cleaned like everything, then you're like, wait, you're still missing shit, and it's definitely like in the cracks of like a stairway or in between like a lattice fence or some shit like that. It's
Yeah.
like annoying. Um, they give you ladders and shit, so you can climb on top of shit. You can go prone. You can like go on your belly, but you can't go on your back. So like,
Oh,
cause
that would be a cool extra level to like get on your back and work on something.
yeah, that's like kind
I
of what I
hate how
wanted.
like how interested I am in this.
It's like it's dope as fuck. It's on Game Pass, so I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, let me just try this out and just like fuck around with it a bit. But it's like it's fun. It's like a level of low brain activity that I'm looking for when I just want to like listen to something or um like just study something. Like I was just studying like IT shit last night and just was just playing this, and it's just good for that. So, but also satisfying. So
Let me check it out. Then if it's on Game Pass, I mean, I don't have an excuse not to try it at least, so I'll check it out for sure.
So,
Yeah, you also playing Stray too. Like how that's another like meme game. Well, not meme game, but it's a game that kind of got memed pretty hard. Like how was that?
it got memed pretty hard, but it's dope. It's
Yeah.
actually it's a game that it starts a certain way and you think, okay, this is just gonna be one of those like walking sim games, but I'm a cat. It's like cool. There's a meow button so you can meow at shit. And like that's what this game is. But it's more than it expands in the way that you didn't think it would. It's more it turns into, and this was kind of unexpected when I hit it, but it turns into like an adventure game to where you're like using things on other things. Like you have an inventory, and so you can start using like, hey, I found this note, but it's got a code that's in binary. So you're like showing this note to people, like, hey, can you translate this binary so I can like learn what the code is? And like the problem is, like, unlike an adventure game, when you use an item on people, everyone has something different to say about it in normal adventure games. But in this, everyone says the same fucking thing. So I didn't like that. It was just like, hey, you got to find a nerd who a nerd would know what what this means, and they just said the same thing over and over. Hey, a nerd would say, a nerd would know, a nerd would know. Then you find the nerd and he knows, but um, it didn't really. There's like light puzzle solving and like adventure game aspects to it, so it's dope. The soundtrack is incredible. I don't know if people were talking about the soundtrack, but
I've heard literally no one talk about the soundtrack. Everyone's just like, "Look, I'm a cat. Look at all the cat
yeah,
things I can do."
the soundtrack is incredible because I only played like an hour and a half of it. So,
Yeah.
but the soundtrack it matches it matches the tone and the aesthetic of the location that you're in at that period of time whenever like the music kicks in. So it'll be like you'll go through, there's like a, it's like a post-apocalyptic type of thing going on where there's these robots who are built by the humans, I guess, who used to exist, and the humans are gone but the robots are still there, and they're carrying out the tasks that they believe that the humans would be doing if they were still around. So like one example was there were like some plants that were still growing in this like underground area, and it was like there's no sunlight, but these plants are still thriving, and the robots still water the plants because that's what they believe that the humans would do, even though they don't really need to be watered, or they don't
Okay.
even need sunlight. Kind of like Near Automata, if you've played that. Near Automata kind of does the same thing with its like robots. Uh,
Yeah.
Light spoiler if you haven't played that, but that's part of the, it's part of the fucking thing. Um, so yeah, and like when you finally like meet this robot race for the first time, the soundtrack like transforms into this like industrial percussion heavy. It sounds like they're banging on pots and pans and pipes and shit, and it matched the tone of the aesthetic of, yeah, here's this race of robot people, and like the music's like super industrial for them, but then also like there's like this layer of uh or organic sounds as well, and like organic like synthy sounds. It's like really hard to explain, but uh I was playing and my girlfriend was watching and she was like, "Man, this soundtrack like slaps." And I was like, "You're goddamn right it does." Like it's just crazy. Um, like I was like considering like buying the soundtrack like as I was playing, 'cause it was just like every time it was just something different that was like I was like noticing about it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I only played like an hour and a half, so stuff is still unfolding about the story, but it's pretty fucking dope, man. It's really cool.
That is really cool. I gotta check it out now. I've heard good things about it. like everyone's saying it's like legitimately like a really good game, despite like how much is getting memed on right now.
Yeah.
So I'll probably check it out one day. It's definitely on my list. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I'll definitely try it one day.
Yeah, and it's on the PlayStation Plus extra shit, and it's only $30 on
Yeah,
otherwise, so it's not even like it doesn't seem like it's very long, and it's not very expensive, so definitely just worth checking out.
definitely be cool to check out. Then I'll watch it for sure. I really do want to play. Like I've heard good things.
Yeah.
You also finished House of Ashes. So
Yeah, House of Asses. It's a not safe for work game, but if you just trust me, it's really cool.
jokes
uh,
aside, what's your opinion on it now that you finished it?
it's my favorite. It's still my favorite.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing that Supermassive has done,
Okay.
including Until Dawn.
Okay.
I think it's their best one. I really
Okay.
think it is.
Okay. I'll
uh,
definitely check it out then. Is it it's multi-platform, right? So it's on PC?
yeah, it's on everything, and I don't want to spoil anything about it other than yeah, it's my favorite one. All the characters are good. The setting is interesting. Like I don't know, like everything about it. I feel like they're getting more creative with their settings and the tropes. Well, not really because the monsters in this is very predictable, but even then, everything else is so unpredictable that it's still like if they made a movie out of any of these, I feel like this one would work the best just from like a Hollywood standpoint because it just I don't know it just kind of all the characters and the setting and the themes it all just like kind of just works. Like if I was gonna watch any one of them, I would have the most fun just watching House of Ashes. Um, and it wraps up pretty nicely. They throw a couple they throw a couple twists in there you don't really see coming.
Okay.
It's it's good. It's great. I enjoyed it all the way through. So
I'll check it out for sure then, because like I haven't played a Supermassive game since Until Dawn. And from what you've been telling me, like House of Ashes is pretty good. So I'll definitely check it out for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like it's on PC, so that might be the best way to play it. But no, that looks really cool.
yeah. But that's all. I think that's all I played. You know, I've been having a hankering to play some Final Fantasy VI for some reason. Uh,
Final Fantasy VI.
yeah, yeah. The Kefka one. I've never played. I've played like a little bit of it in the past, but I don't know for some reason
Yeah.
I'm like I've had it in my head that I'm like really gonna dive into it this time with that there's like a fan made expansion of it or like a fan made what the fuck you call it? It's like a recreation of it called Brave New World, and I'm thinking of getting in on that version. But that's all I have to say about that. I don't really, I don't really know why. I just for some reason I have an itch to get into that. I might have to do
Well,
that.
check it out then. Like I've never played Final Fantasy VI like at all.
Yeah,
To be honest, I never really played like any of like the Pixel Final Fantasy games. I just started getting into Final Fantasy till like 7. And even then the only Final Fantasy game I think I've beaten is like 10 and 15.
yeah,
Yeah, which like not their fault, just never really played a lot of Final Fantasy games. And my dad was the one who was a big Final Fantasy fan, so I would just watch him play them. But no, that's cool. Like check it out for sure. Stream it. I haven't
yeah,
been playing a lot really lately. I'm still playing so much fucking Monster Hunter. It's like insane. Um, because like it's so easy to play. You know, like I get off work, I can just pull up my Switch, play Monster Hunter for a little bit. I run like a quest or two, and then I've had my fill. So it doesn't matter like if I'm like if I got like an awkward amount of time to do something, I can just like play Monster Hunter and run through a quest or two and get that done. I finally hit like the kind of sort of end game. I'm at about Master Rank 5 right now, and I'm starting to hit those like really strong monsters, and I'm getting my ass kicked.
Right.
Like I thought I was doing good, but now I'm getting my shit pushed in. They gave out. I just unlocked some new switch skills, wirebug skills for my weapons, and I'm still trying to get the hang of how those work. So I'm kind of getting my ass kicked, like trying to really like utilize them. I think I just need to spend like a whole day just like fucking around with it, playing it, learning these new skills so I can like play appropriately. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's still great. Like I don't have my opinion hasn't changed. If you never played Monster Hunter, Rise is like the perfect game to get into, and the new Sunbreak expansion adds so much shit to the game. It's like insane. All the master rank monsters are so much more exhilarating to fight. Some of the new monsters are really fun. The Gore Magala's back. Shigara Magala's back. There are some monsters that just fuck you up that drive me crazy. There's a monster that I guess was in like one of the Freedom games I never fought. It's called the Espinas, and it's like the most obnoxious fucking thing I've ever fought in my life, dude. It's so I guess it's a dragon, right? And it breathes fire on you, just like a dragon does. But the gimmick is that its fire can inflict status ailments. It can inflict fire blight on you, which does damage and makes it so you take more fire damage next time you get hit by a fire attack. And it can paralyze you and it poisons you. Like it does all fucking three at the same time if you manage to get hit by it.
Yeah.
And it's so goddamn obnoxious. Yeah, dude. I've had moments where like he's hit me with a fireball and the fire blight and poison and paralysis all hit me at the same time. So I just dropped to the floor and the poison's doing damage to me. The fire blight's weakened me. And I'm just sitting there while he charges up another attack and just finishes me off. It's so fucking frustrating. He's definitely the most annoying thing I've ever fought in my life. Once I beat him, I was like, I don't want to fight him again. Like every other monster I've had fun with, and even if they kick my ass, I'm still like, oh, this is fun. Like I want to keep fighting him so I can learn his patterns and like make an armor set out of him. But this guy, I was like, nah, I'm done. He kicked my ass so many goddamn times. I'm like, I'm done. I might get back into it to like learn his patterns and stuff later, but God, he kicked the shit out of me so hard. I never want to fight him again. But no, it's still great. Like I can't complain about it. I really have any complaints about the game. It's still just so good to play. And I'm playing it on Switch right now. I do want to pick it up on PC eventually, but I gotta start all my shit over again if I do, so that's gonna be obnoxious. But it's still good. I don't have anything new to say about it. It's still a great game. Um, what I have been playing that's new though is I started playing Roboquest again.
Yeah.
And there is a pretty major update
I saw
that changed
that.
the game. Yeah. A couple things I've noticed from the update is that they changed the camp out. So there's more new stuff in the camp you can upgrade. So I booted up the game and it reset my camp back to 0 and refunded me all the assets I put into it because they added so much that they changed how the camp works, what you can upgrade, the upgrade tiers, that they basically reset everything and gave me back all those resources so I can put it back in again. And they've changed a couple things like you can affect now the kind of loot that gets dropped. You can affect even how often alt fire can drop on them. There's some new tweaks to how each of the bots work and the upgrade trees for them. And they even changed the upgrade system because you remember previously you can find items that gave you like a perk and they would increase damage on a specific weapon. Remember, whether it was like a precision weapon, explosion weapon, assault weapon,
Yeah.
science weapon. They changed that, so now that's gone. Now you can just get upgrades. You can find upgrades around the world that can do stuff like, oh, when your health drops to 0, you restore it back up so you don't die. It gives you like an extra life. Or do more damage while you're crouched. They still have those like gimmicky perks, but now you can find them and they don't have upgrades that affect your actual weapon damage now. So now you can pick up any weapon you want to play. And to make up for it, the weapons have more variety now. Now there's more variety in what mods they can have, what alt fires they can have. You can even level up the weapons as you're playing. So if you find a weapon with like good layout, good attachments, and you want to stick with it, you can just use resources that you collect throughout the game to upgrade that weapon, called energy cells. And what's cool is if you open up a chest and there's a weapon in there you don't like, you used to have to just skip that and go, and what you wasted your time getting that chest. Now, every chest drops an energy cell. So if you don't want to pick up a weapon, just grab that cell. You can use that energy cell to upgrade the weapons you already have. So that's really cool. They kind of changed
Yeah.
how it works. Each weapon has a rarity system now that determines like the quality of upgrades it could have, the perks it could have, if it could do elemental damage or not. They added some new weapons to the game now too to change how it plays. Um, every class has a reworked perk tree now. Not perk tree really. There's a tree, but you don't see the tree. It's kind of hard to explain. But when you get a perk like an ability, you can unlock. There's a chance when you level up, you can roll for more abilities based on that perk. So, for example, like the Juggernaut bot, I think is his name, that has that overshield. If you put points in, like, oh, your overshield restores more quickly, you can unlock more perks for that. So now your overshield can heal you while it's active. You can do more damage while the overshield's up. It could restore you even faster as you kill enemies. Enemies can drop more stuff while it's active. Little things like that. You can get more perks for it if you invest in that early on. I'm still playing around with it. It's definitely harder than I remember now because I used to be able to breeze through it. I had a strategy already for how to breeze through it before. Now all that shit's out the window. I got to relearn the game again, which is kind of cool actually. I was starting to get bored with it, and now that they've introduced this change, it's like a fresh game again.
Yeah.
It's still really fun. It's on Game Pass still, so if anyone wants to play, go check it out. They even added some new things too. So when you kill an enemy and they drop experience points, those experience points can heal you a little bit. So now melee builds are more viable because now you're getting a health. If you can manage to kill someone before you take too much damage, you can get that health back with the experience points drops. So that's really cool too. Like they tweaked a lot of little things here and there that overall change how the game operates and change how you have to take the game. So strategies that weren't viable are viable now. But again, strategies that were viable before are less viable now. So you got to fuck around with it and see how you want to work it out. It's
Yeah.
good. It's a lot of fun. I'm still having so much fun with it.
It's cool.
Um,
They're still working on like trying to rethink how things are interacting with each other because the game's still in development. It's still in the early access program or game preview is what they call it on
yeah.
Xbox. So it's good. Is there anywhere you can give like feedback to be like, hey, this is where like I think most games they just put it like in the menu somewhere like, hey, give some
Yeah.
feedback.
It's in the menu. They have a Discord. So you can actually check out their Discord if you want, leave some feedback. All their update notes are on there too. So if you want to check out specifically what they've updated, it's on the Discord.
Yeah.
I think they're updating the Steam version first, though. 'Cause I remember when the update first dropped, they announced it was coming to Steam first, and then it didn't come to Game Pass till later.
Uh,
Don't know why they did that. I don't. This seems kind of weird to me. If it's the same type of game, I don't know why you would wait to update another platform. Not even another platform, like another
yeah.
service.
Yeah.
But I
I
don't
know.
mind it, and I have it on
My
Game Pass,
shit.
and I got it for free.
I saw my shit updated yesterday, so
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's how I knew about it because my shit updated yesterday.
There might have been another update because this updated. These updates I'm talking about, I played them like a week ago almost.
Oh, okay.
So they might have just done another update to like fix like some bugs and stuff. But the game's still good. Like it's still a lot of fun. I'm still having so much fun with it. It's legitimately like a really, really good game. I love the way it plays. I kind of want to try out. There's another game that's coming to Game Pass, supposed to be really similar. What's it called? Wild Gun or something? Or
Okay.
Wild something? Hold on, what's it called?
Fire.
Gunfire. Gunfire. Yeah.
Gunfire Reborn.
Yeah, I heard that's
That's
very
on.
similar to this.
That's on Steam. I think I have that on Steam.
It's on Steam, but I think it's coming to Game Pass like later this year though. So I kind of want to try that because I've told people about Roboquest, and every time I talk about it, they're like, "Oh, it's like Gunfire," but I never played Gunfire, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but I like this a lot because I've checked out Gunfire a little bit, and it seems to be more on like the action, like Borderlands style of game, which is fine. But what
Yeah.
I like about Roboquest that adheres to more the like the bunny hop shooter side of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's what I like about Roboquest. It's a lot more
Like a
like
Twitch
old school.
shooter.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
Twitch shooter. Exactly. That's what I like about Roboquest a lot. So
It's
I'll
just nice.
probably be playing that more.
It's nice having a Borderlands game that's not Borderlands.
Yeah, I agree. Like I've made no secret my opinion on Borderlands. I think the gameplay is like really fun, but there's a lot of really annoying shit that gets in the way of the game. The humor, the game is not as funny as it thinks it is.
Yeah.
I have no. If you think differently, fucking fight me. Like that game is not funny. For every like joke that lands, there's like 99 jokes that don't, and they make me cringe. I hate it. Um, not saying games can't be funny, but Borderlands is not as funny as it thinks it is.
I like stupid humor. It's just that it's just too much dialogue that's
They don't
completely
shut the fuck
unskippable.
up in
Yeah,
Borderlands,
it just
dude.
never
They don't shut the
stops.
fuck up. And you can't skip shit. Like if you wanted to like I'm playing if I want to play the game as like a different character and max them out, I gotta play through the story again. And it's fucking obnoxious. I can't skip the whole like opening part of it. If I could just like skip shit that gets in the way of me replaying the game, I wouldn't mind it, but I can't do that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have like Diablo has like adventure mode. So I can just like run rifts and shit. And they just updated that so you can unlock adventure mode like from the beginning of the game. You can just play adventure mode.
That's dope.
Yeah, but even then, like once you beat the game, you can play adventure mode with anybody and just like run rifts, level up characters, just get into the game from there. Borderlands doesn't have an equivalent to that. So if I want to play a different character, I gotta start the fucking game over again. And to be honest, the game doesn't really start until like the second playthrough, Vault Hunter mode or True Vault Hunter mode. So I gotta play through the game for a whole. There's like what, five, six characters in the game? No, four characters. There's four characters in the game. I gotta play through it with every character at least once to get to Vault Hunter mode. So already that's one playthrough. And the game doesn't actually really, really start until the second playthrough. So no, that's way too much time for me to invest into it. Like fuck that. Um I sound so mean, but Borderlands does a lot of stuff right, but it doesn't have like the moment to moment action that like I really want from like an action RPG. And that's the thing I hate the most about it. And the environments are so big, you spend most of your time driving from one place to another, so that fucking slows down the game a lot. That's why I'm really
Yeah.
happy that the new Borderlands doesn't have that. It's just there's no driving in it. You just move from one place to another pretty
Yeah.
seamlessly on the overworld map, which I think is like genius. Like I want to play it just for that, but I feel like it's still gonna do the annoying shit that I don't like. Um, but yeah, that was my Borderlands rant. RoboQuest, good game. If you like that style of like first person shooter RPG with like a great loot mechanics, like RoboQuest is the way to do it. It's a great roguelike. If you haven't played it yet, it's on Game Pass. It's fun as fuck. Even if you don't have Game Pass, like what, like $20 on Steam, I think? I don't think it's expensive.
It's cheap. It's cheap to just get into it, and they are like the devs are. That's one thing about early access games is you don't know how active the devs are. But these guys they're like reworked the entire game to kind of be more fun and engaging. So
Yeah, and this is stuff that like I liked that system it had, where the perk mechanic where each perk can like affect your weapons differently. I kind of liked that because it kind of forced you to like play a build. But I guess a lot of feedback came back that people didn't like it, that they were kind of being forced to play one way.
yeah,
So they completely took it out, changed it at risk of like alienating people like me who did like that feature. But in the end of the day, like it was a much better system, and it does work a lot better for like the randomness, moment to moment gameplay. So I commend them for that, to find something that works, that they think works. They build their whole game around it. They get feedback that doesn't work quite as well as they thought it did, so they scrap it and do something different. Like that's really cool. Like you don't hear about that a lot. A lot of people continue making the same mistake because they spent so long making the mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. You get tunnel vision and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but no, they're super open to feedback and changing it, completely reworking the game. It's really cool. Like you don't see that a lot. So definitely check it out. Support those guys. Play it on Game Pass or just buy it on Steam if you don't have Game Pass. Again, it's only $20 on Steam. So, go check it out. It's a lot of fun. It really is good. But that's all I've been playing, man. Let's get into the news. We don't have a lot to talk about, but there is a really big story I'm glad we're talking about right now. It's Discord voice chat is coming to Xbox consoles for Xbox insiders. So
Yes.
finally, like fuck. And I made this comment in the Discord chat the other day when it was announced. It's kind of weird this is happening on Xbox and not PlayStation, considering Sony owns a major stake in Discord right now, right?
Not a major stake. I think they just
Aren't they like a majority shareholder?
no, no. I think they just made like a tiny investment into it. Definitely not a majority though. Just like a small, just like a small investment. But that was the thing. Like you expected it to hit PlayStation sooner, since they did come out and announce that they were working on it, at least some sort of integration on
Yeah,
PS5. But
exactly. Sony didn't even or X Microsoft didn't even announce anything about Discord. They just came out like, "Hey, here we go. There's
yeah,
voice chat on Xbox now." Like, just
well
out of
they
nowhere.
did they did they did allow you to connect your account to Discord
Yeah,
first, so that you could, like, whatever you were playing on Xbox, it would show up in your like Discord profile, like, hey, you're playing Halo Infinite. Uh, so they did do that first, but
Sony lets you do that already, don't they?
now they do. They came out after Xbox, and they allow you to do that
Okay.
now. Um, so it's been like a cat and mouse thing with both of them, but Xbox is the first one to allow the voice chat on the Xbox console, which is what fucking is needed. This is an absolute requirement for both
Yeah,
consoles, for all consoles. I would love if
I
Nintendo
agree.
got in on this.
Same.
Uh,
Nintendo just dropped their entire like fucking. I mean, their voice chat system for Switch is pretty much just a shitty Discord. So
yeah,
why don't they just? When I play Monster with my brothers, I already use Discord for it. I got my fucking phone hooked up to Discord, and I got like a separate headset on just to talk with them.
yeah.
Like Nintendo, just fucking get on it already. Just get
That's
Discord and handle the shit.
that's one of the problems with this still, is that you still need a phone to do it. You
Yeah, it
still
drives me
need
nuts.
you still need the Discord app on your phone and the Xbox app on your phone, and they connect with each other, and then it sends it to your console. It's not like you just install Discord on your console and then you just got voice chat, or it's not like it's like built into the console.
That's so fucking obnoxious. Yeah, I was reading
Yeah.
about that, and it's better than nothing, but
Yeah, oh
still, it's annoying
definitely.
as fuck.
Definitely.
Yeah, as
But
long as I can do everything off one headset, I'll be happy. It's annoying. It's gotta I don't know if it's just if the phone's there for it to ping off of, or if it's just there to like authorize it. I don't know why your phone needs to be there, but
yeah.
whatever.
But yeah, it's better than nothing, so
Yeah.
that's out now.
Bless
Sorry.
you.
Oh my gosh. I almost transformed there. Uh it's out now for like Xbox insiders.
Okay.
I think you have to like sign up for like the insider program and like opt into whatever they're offering there.
Which is pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't cost anything to join Xbox Insiders. So,
Yeah.
well, actually, I think you need to be an Xbox Live subscriber to sign up for it. I might be wrong on that though. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah. But
But it makes sense though. I mean, they want like people who are like actual like Xbox fans to like get in on this. You're basically like a beta tester. So,
yeah. And then,
but
maybe
still,
hopefully they do expand it to just build it into the fucking console
I
at
would
some
love to
point.
see that. I would
I
love
feel
to see
like
that.
I feel like if Sony gets in on it, they will probably have it like properly integrated. It's my guess.
Yeah, that's my guess too. I want to see it hurry up and just come already because like Discord is such a major system, and now that we're seeing like cross play compatibility, we need like a voice chat either integrated so that everybody can communicate with each other, or just have Discord be that middleman to connect everyone together.
Yeah.
I think that would be the easiest way because most people nobody on PC uses like their in-game voice chat, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that does. Like everyone I played with like hops on Discord. Um doesn't matter what game I'm playing. I can be playing with a friend and we'll still use Discord for all
Yeah.
of our voice chat.
I will say, even on PC, it would be nice if games integrated better with Discord. You know what I mean? Like, if you just loaded up a game, because it's hard to, like, if you just jump into like a random matchmaking game and people want to use voice chat, it would be nice if the game facilitated connecting people through Discord with just one button.
Yeah, I agree. Like
Or yeah.
Discord integration should be standard, at least on PC gaming minimum. But
Yeah.
I don't understand why devs just don't do it, man. I mean, it takes less pressure off of them, right? If they just do voice chat through a third party, but whatever.
Yeah. Like it's a lot. I feel like it's a lot to ask for the consoles to do it when PC is not even fucking really doing it.
Yeah.
At least not in a way that makes more sense.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, like with Xbox doing this, we'll see more devs and more platforms adopting it. I would love to see that, honestly. If Discord's on everything, it'd make life so much easier for everybody.
Yeah.
Anyone who owns more than one system should honestly be vouching for this. But no, we'll see that when that comes out fully. It's available for Xbox Insiders right now. It's supposed to be available soon for everybody, so we'll see when that drops. But that's the story. That's the story regarding Discord on Xbox. Let's keep this Xbox train rolling. We got some games coming to Game Pass now. As Dusk Falls is available now on Game Pass on cloud, console, and PC. You can check that out. We talked about it a little bit. I think when it was on that demo derby forever ago, when it got announced at what was it? Was it the game? Was it Game Jam or E3? Whatever it is, it was
Yeah.
announced forever ago, and we talked about
Xbox
it.
Indie Show.
Yeah, the Xbox Indie Show. That's it. Looks interesting. It's a point-and-click adventure game. It'd be cool to check out. Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion is available now on PC. That's like a space strategy game. Not
Yeah.
my cup of tea, but I'm sure there's some people out there who would love
The
this
kids
game.
call them 4X games.
Yes. What is it? Exploration. Something,
Expand.
something, something.
Exterminate.
Is that really it? Or are you just making this up?
No, I'm guessing. I think expand is one of them.
Expand's one of them for sure. Um, but yeah, and then we got Watchdogs 2 available on cloud, console, and PC. Ubisoft is giving quite a bit of attention to Game Pass. You notice that?
They like to dip into fucking everything, so
Yeah.
they're on everything really, but
Yeah.
Watch Dogs 2, that's probably the one that you want. If you're gonna play one of those games, that's the one.
Yeah, that is the one you want to play. I forgot, like, I was gonna say it's either this or Watch Dogs 1, that I remember there is a third Watch Dogs game that like nobody talks about.
Yeah.
I forgot that game came out, honestly.
Yeah. No, it came out. I played it. It was okay. It's not bad. It's just not great either. So
This kind of came out, people forgot about it. Like it came out
yeah.
like 2020,
Yeah.
right? Like the end of 2020.
Yeah, I think that was it was around then.
Yeah, like I forgot that came out, man. That game just dropped and like nobody talked about it. So I don't know what happened.
There was supposed to be a huge like online multiplayer mode that it didn't launch with that mode, and if it did launch, no one fucking talked about it. So yeah, that game was dead before it was even fully finished.
Yeah, like their last big update was in January of this year. And after that, they're like, okay, we're done developing any major content updates for it. Oh, that's sad. But no, Watch Dogs 2 is good. Like I got it forever ago. I remember when Ubisoft had that I think it was that E3 show or that live show, and they were giving out copies of Watch Dogs 2 for like the
Yeah,
first, what was it, a couple thousand like visitors or something. Yeah, I was lucky enough to get a Watch Dogs 2 key. So I played a bit of it. It's good. It's honestly the game Watch Dogs 1 should have been.
yeah,
So yeah, go check it out. It's on Game Pass, so it doesn't cost you anything but your time, man. MotoGP 22 is available now for cloud console and PC.
yeah. That game, not that one specifically, but MotoGP was my first Xbox Live game on the original Xbox.
Really?
Yeah, I had MotoGP. I think it was just a demo of MotoGP, but it was online, so like you could like test Xbox Live with that. I had that, and I had Counter Strike on Xbox. Those are my first two online console games.
Really? Interesting. So you got some
Yeah,
nostalgia with this then.
a little bit. Those games are actually pretty dope. Well, they were back then. I'm not sure what they're like now, but yeah, they're pretty dope.
Well, for sure. Then check it out. It's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. See if your nostalgia holds up. We also got Torment Tides of Numenera is available now on cloud and console. I've actually heard of this game. It's a spiritual successor to Planescape Torment, which came out
Ah.
like back in like the 90s. It's an old school like PC RPG, like 2.5 isometric, like I don't even know how to describe it, dude. Like Neverwinter Nights or Baldur's Gate. Not the action Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, but like, the computer RPG Baldur's Gate games. Like this is I've heard good things about it. Like jokes is I've heard a lot of good things about it. I want to check it out, but I feel like I don't have the time to like really invest in like a meaty RPG like this. It's supposed to have a ton of dialogue, a ton of branching choices. And it's supposed to be really, really good, but I don't think I have the time to like invest in something like that. At least not right now. But it's available now on cloud and console, so go check it out. Again, doesn't cost you anything but your time. Also, Inside is going to be releasing on cloud, console, and PC starting July 29th. I mean, do I need to talk about this game? Like, it's won a couple awards. It's pretty popular. It's from the
Yeah.
Limbo devs. This is another
Uh,
one I've heard a lot of good things about. So I might play this once it drops on July 29th. Although I know about the story from like, just hearing about people talking about it again. I use this term a lot, but I kind of absorb the story through like cultural osmosis. So
yeah.
is it still worth it playing even though I know the end of the game?
Um. No.
No.
I don't know. This game, I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
It's like not. I don't know. It's cool, but it's not. I don't know. It's not
I have friends that like swear by this game and I'm like,
really.
really? Like it looks good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna shit on it, but really?
Just like a puzzle platformer. It's
Yeah.
that's it. It's not. I feel like it's not anything more than that. Aside from like the, creepy atmosphere and the story and shit.
Yeah. I'm like looking at my keyboard so goddamn dirty. I need to clean this fucking thing out.
Wow.
It's been a while.
I broke the Alt key on my keyboard. So
Oh Jesus.
yeah, that's a common one. You hit that one a lot. So
You're not wrong.
yeah.
Some quickie news. You got one quickie story right here. Faze Clan. Everybody knows about Faze Clan. Everyone knows who Faze Clan is.
Of course.
Sabi and I weren't quite sure what they did though. We had to look them up. I mean, I've heard about them. It's a name you get here dropped a lot if you're like really into gaming, but
Yeah.
you know, if I ask like what do they do, like it takes a minute to go through that. But jokes aside, they did announce on Wednesday that they were going public. They had a major merger, a major buyout merger for like $175 million, and they went public on the public stock trading. So it is available on Nasdaq right now. You can buy Faze stock. It's listed under Faze, just Faze. There's also a link to their website talking about their current growth and some investor information if you want to get on that. I just want to talk about this. It was my idea to talk about this because it is pretty cool to see a company like this made entirely of like video game content creators going public like that. I think it's a major big deal. You hear about like American capitalism going public is, that means you made it. You're legitimate now when you go public. So to see that happen is really interesting. I think it's a pretty cool way to kind of shake up the industry a little bit, bring some legitimacy to these content creators. However, not going as smoothly as they expected. They initially released at stock at about $13 a share. It has dropped down now to about $9.60 a share. I checked them out yesterday, and they're at about $10 yesterday morning. So they've kind of been dropping a bit. But it's kind of been up and down though. When they initially went out, again, they were at 13. By the end of the day, they dropped to about $9 even, bumped up to 10. Now they're about 9.58. So we'll see what happens. They're able to keep up that, if they're able to bring up some momentum. I have some theories on what's going on. I mean, they are a major player when it comes to video game content creation, but I feel like average boomers, people who are actually buying the stock, don't know who they are. That's probably what's affecting their stock prices right now. Let's be honest, Gen Z and millennials don't have a lot of spending power to just be dropping on stocks. So I'm sure that has something to do with how they're performing. I'm not a financial analyst, so take my opinion with a grain of salt here. I'm just a guy who likes video games, talks about video games on the internet. So take my opinion with a grain of salt.
I just don't know what you would be investing in. Like, there's not really a product here. Like, where do they go? Like, what is their like future? Is what I'm saying. Like, how do they expand? What is their what does their growth look like? Are they just gonna?
Yeah, that's the next thing I want to touch on too. Their major thing is they are like a major brand. I would argue, they're a major brand. Faze Clan alone is a pretty major brand, but outside the scope of gaming, like what can they really offer now that they're public? You could argue, they have a lot of opportunity for like advertisements, brand sponsorships, a lot of opportunity for that to help rake in some money. Their esports line is doing very well. They've won over 30 world championships combined. They have a ton of different teams, also international. But again, how does that translate to dollars, though?
Yeah. Well,
What
because
are investors getting back?
It's not like I can invest in, like the New York Yankees or some shit like that, right? I don't know shit about stocks and shit. So
I know very little. Like I know enough to call myself an adult, but not enough to like really talk about it.
from what I understand, you need like a product. I mean, it's not just enough to be like an entity. Oh, they're saying they're a publisher creating. Are they like a digital publisher? Okay.
Really?
Well,
Like, what projects are they working on? What projects are they published?
no, they don't have that information out here. Nice to know that. But
I know they have like a consumer line, don't they? Like of hold on. I thought they had some like hardware, don't they? Like some MLG hardware, like controllers and keyboards and mice and stuff. Or am I making that up?
but do they make those shits, or are they going through like ASUS's licensed Phase shit?
I think that's what they're doing.
Because
Yeah,
that's like, I
that.
think that's different then, because that'll be like They're like partnering with someone else. It's not really their
Yeah, they
product.
have a partnership with Ducky. Simply's keyboards. They got a Ducky keyboard, and they have like memorabilia and clip clothes, jerseys, tracksuits with Faze Clan stuff all over them. So like any other sports team, hats. They got hats, mouse pads.
Yeah, pizza rolls.
Do they really?
Yeah, Faze Clan buffalo chicken pizza rolls. So I'm in.
That is the most like stereotypical like gamer like food I've ever heard of. Buffalo chicken pizza rolls. Yeah. Oh my God, that's with Totino's. Of course it'd be with Totino's.
Yeah.
I know. Jokes aside, like I don't want to shit on them too hard because that they got money. They definitely got money. The thing is that can they keep making money though? Now they're public, there's a lot more pressure on them to like keep the revenue going. And we'll see where things go, man. I mean, they are, as far as I know, I don't think I know of any other like content creators or brands specifically around like video game stuff. Playing games, video game content creation. I know I keep saying that a lot, but I don't know how else to word it. They're the first brand I know of that went public like this. So we'll see what happens. If they're able to, they're still kind of treading the water a little bit. This hasn't been done before. So hopefully they can turn that around and we can see something come out of it. Regardless of how you feel about Faze Clan, it is pretty interesting to see that. It kind of legitimizes my hobby a little bit. Not that it needs legitimizing, but you know what I mean.
I don't know if this legitimizes, but it's interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. We got some new trailers and some videos to take a look at. No Man's Sky, their endurance update. Remind me what this update does. There have been so many updates I can't keep up.
It remodels, it reinvents the freighters,
Okay.
completely redoes the entire freighter system. I think that's one of the main things it does. Um, just it's got a lot of new shit that has to do with the freighters and like the space systems. It increases the density of the asteroid fields in space. So like you could just be like an asteroid miner and just gather resources and then sell those resources. If that's how you want your play style to be, then take it back to your freighter and just be like a hauler of resources. Um, I think that was the
That's really
biggest thing
cool.
about it. Yeah, they should
That's really
have a.
cool.
I think they have a whole page here, just a whole change log of stuff. But they
That is
usually
really
like they usually hyper focus on like just one aspect. Um, so yeah, this one's like mostly just freighter and base building, enhanced nebulae,
What does that
organic
mean?
frigates,
Do they have
dynamic
guns yet?
crew.
Can I shoot shit yet?
Well, they've always had guns.
But can I actually like use them though? When I'm shooting at things, they'll shoot back at me.
That's still what I'm looking for. They did have like I think one of their last updates they had like a little it was like a timed thing where it was like a roguelike event where it was like more combat focused.
I
New
remember hearing about
farms,
that. Yeah.
freighter farms, black holes, new visual effects or black holes, uh quality
No
of
Man's
life.
Sky really is the game that just keeps on growing, dude. I love it. Like
Yeah.
this game came out like what 2016. It's still getting some major updates. Like
Yeah, you would hope so because the way it launched in 2016 wasn't
yeah,
really what people wanted. So
yeah, I remember that.
I'm glad they're sticking to it. All free updates. You don't have to pay for anything.
Yeah, that's the best part.
This all looks dope. It all looks dope. Just step by step, they're just increasing the value of this game. So
Yeah, that's really cool. I might re-download it and get back into it now. I want to start getting into it, but I'm not a huge fan of like most survival, like resource gathering games.
you can play
Um,
it just as like you can turn off the survival mode and just kind of just play it like it's like an exploration game or like a building sim. That's probably how I would do it. Just turn off the survival
yeah,
shit because the
I
survival
might
shit
do
is
that.
annoying.
Yeah, like that little bit we were playing was like really obnoxious. I
Yeah,
haven't really played a survival game that I like really like, except for Grounded.
yeah,
I think that's the only survival game I played where I'm like, okay, the survival stuff actually like doesn't annoy the fuck out of me. And even then, like from what you told me about Grounded, because I went into it like after they had some major updates. And what you told me about it was really fucking obnoxious initially. Um,
here we go. Their derelict freighter. Those are the things that it has stuff to shoot at. Derelict freighter. So like it's like you find like a thing out in space that's like this thing's fucked up. But you're gonna go in there and take care of it. And that's where like combat is kind of happening. But I would love it to just have like random motherfuckers just on planet. Uh, like you just walk into the wrong area trying to scavenge. You're like, no, this is my scrap heap. Get out of here, and you just got to fight them for it.
yeah, dude, I would love stuff like that. Even if it wasn't like the major focus of the game, like
Yeah,
I don't see how like adding that kind of content would like hurt it really. But whatever, that's just me. I got a dumb lizard brain, so I like shooting stuff. But that's just me. Um, Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered finally got a PC features trailer. We got some major new features for the game, man. I'm really excited because that's the big thing I was worried about, like when it was coming to PC. Like, what are they changing to really justify a PC release? Are they just going to port over the PS5 version? And no, like it has the improved performance from the PS5 version, of course, but it also has improved shadows that we didn't see in the console release of the game. It's adding ultra wide display support, so if you have an ultra wide monitor, you can play the game with that. Um, Ray trace reflections are being added to the game as well, so PS5 didn't have that at all. Unlock frame rate, so you can play the game at any frame rate your rig can handle. That's really cool. That kind of
yeah,
future proofs the game a little bit. So that's really cool to see. It does support some NVIDIA specific features like DLSS for AI performance boosting and DLAA for enhanced image quality, all AI supported. I haven't really had a chance to fuck around with that, so that'll be cool to see if I do buy the game to see how that works. I don't think I really have any games to support that.
yeah. I've not even heard of DLAA until I saw this trailer.
I heard about it, but I don't think any games really support it. At least none of the games I own support it. That'd be cool to check out. Also, it still supports like DualSense controller support, so
The problem
that's
with
cool.
DualSense on PC is that there's no wireless drivers for it, or there might not even be drivers at
Really?
all for it. So you have to use it plugged in.
That's obnoxious.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not so obnoxious because, like, if you're sitting at your PC, you're relatively pretty close to your rig, but still, it's annoying having to have a cable run to everything. I fucking hate cables, dude.
yeah. I mean, you don't have to have it plugged in to use it, but the
But if you
additional
want that DualSense
features.
support, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. The
it's
PS4
obnoxious.
controller works the same way. The PS4 controller has to be plugged in for like
Yeah,
the light bar. Some games use the light. I know Fallout 4 uses the light bar. That was the one game I used a DualShock 4 with. It was like when you turn your Pit Boy light on, the light bar changes color. That was like the
oh,
only
I didn't
thing.
know that.
Yeah,
That's really cool. But yeah, we finally got a cool trailer for that, kind of showing off some of the PC specific features. But what they don't tell you though is the game is finally coming out August 12th. I think we already knew that was coming,
yeah.
but it's gonna be priced at $60, dude.
It's a bummer. PC, they'll find a way on PC to get. I'm saying? To get that shit on sale or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. Like, I love the game. Don't get me wrong. I love Spider-Man. I think Marvel Spider-Man is probably the one of, if not the best Spider-Man game we've ever gotten. Just fucking nails the character. The story is there. If you're a huge Spider-Man fan, that story's gonna make you really happy. You're gonna love it. And I would buy this again on PC to get those enhanced features. But I'm not gonna drop 60 bones on that. No, fuck that. It doesn't even come with
Yeah.
the Miles Morales stuff. Like, that's still coming out later. You gotta buy that separate.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna pass on that for now. Once it's on sale though, maybe a good like $30 might be a good sweet spot for it.
If
But
you
we'll see what happens.
if you buy it now, you get 5 skill points.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I know it's tempting.
No, jokes aside, like it is a great game. So it's gonna be cool to see once that comes out, get those PC specific features. We also got a gameplay trailer for Last of Us Part 1, rebuilt for PS5. Those of you who don't remember, Naughty Dog did announce that we are getting a PS5 remake of Last of Us 1. Now, is it doing like the Halo Master Chief collection thing where it's just the same game with like the better graphics layered over it? Or are they making the game again from the ground up using like the Last of Us 2 engine?
So they're using the Last of Us 2 engine,
Yeah.
but they're also adding, I don't know if they're remaking it from the ground up. Like it's not like a total remake, but they are enhancing a lot of things. A lot of people were like, "Hey, they're showing us a lot of the graphics, and that's cool, but what are they doing with the gameplay?" They're enhancing the gameplay too. So they're taking in the part 2 AI. They're bringing into part 1.
Mhm.
Some of the gameplay elements from part 2 they're bringing into part 1. I think they're bringing in like the crawling mechanic. I thought they said they're bringing in the gun crafting stuff they're bringing in.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, so like some of the movement options they're bringing in, different clothing options. You can change their clothing if you want. So they're definitely putting in a lot of work into this. So it's not like it's just a facelift and that's it. Like they're doing, it's a lot more than that.
Yeah, that's really good to know then. It is cool to see the new implementation of some of that stuff. Although the game is that's another game that's dropping out for like $70, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, that makes it really hard to justify, at least for me, at least to justify buying it. It's gonna drop them for that much.
yeah.
I mean, we'll see. Like, if this is what you're into, man, if someone was like, I want to go back and play Last of Us 1, but I got so used to how Last of Us 2 plays, this might be worth checking out then. But I don't know. I think it's asking for too much, in my opinion, at least. It's asking for too much to be dropping that much on it.
Uh,
Last of Us is a good game. Don't get me wrong. I love Last of Us. Last of Us Part 1 is one of my favorite games. But I don't know if this is enough to get me to buy it again, honestly. I don't even have a PS5 yet, so I don't know why I'm talking about it. Like I even have the ability to play it, but
yeah. When it comes to PC, I will consider buying this again and playing through. I only played through it the one time. I think I tried a second playthrough, and I was like, this just doesn't hit the same way. But it's been long enough
yeah.
that I'm willing to play through this again.
I
On
had
some,
like the exact same problem, man. Like once I beat it, I immediately like booted it back out to play it again. But the
yeah.
problem is, once you're playing through it, how can I
I,
word it? That's kind of
my
like a
problem
jack.
is I don't think it's a very good game. That's my problem.
That,
So
that's my big problem too.
playing
Like,
through it twice, I was like, I love the story, but I have to play it though. Uh,
yeah,
that was the thing for me.
yeah, that was my problem with it too, dude. Because like, it does that like early 2010s thing where like a lot of the game's story is told like in game, but it doesn't do it in a way that's clever. It kind of forces you to walk while the characters talk, and you can't skip that shit. And it's really obnoxious
Yeah.
when you're on a second playthrough and you just want to get through the game. But this is my problem with Last of Us in general. Like I think most Naughty Dog games have this problem is that like once you beat it and you go back and play it again, there's not a lot of incentive to like really replay it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the story stuff just kind of gets in the way of like the pure gameplay part of it. They're great that first time through. Don't get me wrong. That first time through, we're enjoying it all for the first time. Everything's surprising and new. It's a fucking great experience. But everything after that, yeah, no, it's
No,
hard to play again.
I feel like they're. You said I feel like their gameplay gets in the way of the story. I don't feel like any of their games are like enjoyable to actually play, but the story is enjoyable. It's just that I feel like it's a slog actually playing the game so I can get the story.
If that's the case, I never notice it when I play through it because I'm experiencing the story at the same time. So I'm pretty sure the story is like clouding my judgment of how
Yeah,
good the gameplay actually is.
yeah. Cause like,
But I Last of Us One for sure. I try to replay that, and like the story definitely got in the way of me enjoying the game because I already beat it.
yeah,
So yeah, I could not really get into it again, which is a bummer because the first time I played through it, I fucking loved it. I tried to play it again, and I'm like, nah, I got better games to play. I don't want to shit on Last of Us. It is a great game. Like if you never played it, it's a great game to play through. Just be aware that once you beat it, once you get off that roller coaster, like you're not gonna want to wait in line to get on it again. Basically, um,
yeah.
I don't know where the fuck I was going with that analogy. That analogy sucked. But no, this will be cool to check out once it comes out. I'd love to see some of those specific features, but it's not enough for me to buy it again. Honestly, like I already played the game, I already beat it. I liked it. I enjoyed what I played. I don't think I have an excuse to go back and play it again. Any word on the multiplayer? Is that coming back in this, or
No,
did you
they're
hear about that?
doing. They announced they're doing. So it's not going to be in this, but they're doing a standalone factions game that they're claiming to be their biggest game ever. Is going to be like the standalone factions Last of Us game. So we don't know anything about it other than it's their biggest game ever. So
Oh well, we'll see when that comes out then.
yeah,
Yeah, that's enough on that story. Moving on, we got a Soulframe got a reveal trailer. If you guys don't know, the Warframe devs are releasing a new game called Soulframe. They announced it at 10:00 Live 2022, which is like their basically in-house convention,
yeah, it's a
not
Warframe Con.
convention, live show. Yeah, like Warframe Con basically. Um, this looks interesting. The big thing with this that's more melee combat focused, where Soulframe was more shooting focused. This will be cool to see how that plays out, man. Like I think melee combat's more interesting in most games, so it'll be cool to see how they play it out with this. I don't fucking know anything about Warframe lore, so if
Yeah,
there's story stuff in here that I'm supposed to know about, they're supposed to get me excited for it. I couldn't tell you anything.
yeah. Well, it's not for us. It's
Yeah,
for it's for the people who attended fucking TennoCon.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It looks dope. It almost looks like a little bit of like a Souls game. Maybe that's what the soul means. It's gonna be like a Dark Souls or like an Elden Ring. I got like Elden Ring vibes from it
I
a little
was
bit.
too. Yeah, I was too. Yeah. So we'll see how much. I doubt Elden Ring like really inspired this because
Yeah,
like Elden Ring just came out. Like not enough time to really copy that design, but
yeah,
I'm sure Souls in general is inspiring this game quite a bit. So we'll see when it comes out. What's going to play like. Is it going to be more Souls like, or is it going to be more like hack and slash kind of actiony? We'll see when it comes out, man. I fuck with Warframe a little bit. I liked it. Never really got into it though. I might give it another shot. I've heard good things about it. I heard it doesn't really force you to like buy anything, so I might check it out again. But this looks cool. I'm definitely gonna be keeping an eye on this. Like melee combat interests me a lot more than shooting combat when it comes to most games. So I want to check this out. But that's all we got. Just a reveal trailer, no announcements, no real gameplay yet. So we'll have to keep an eye on that whenever they announce something new. And another really cool trailer. We got a yet another fantasy title. Those of you who don't know, that's an action. It's an open world action RPG parody game. It's being developed by the same guys who made Rustler. Remember Rustler was that a Grand Theft Auto style game, but set in the Middle Ages? Remember that?
No.
No, really? You never heard of Rustler? You've heard of Rustler. I talked about it at least like once or twice.
I feel like you're the only person that talks about these games. When I look at them, I'm like, okay, but
So I gotta explain this now. Rustler was developed by the same devs who are making this game, and Rustler is kind of a it's uh it's a Grand Theft Auto game, right? But the old school Grand Theft Auto, like the isometric Grand Theft Auto. But the gimmick is the game takes place in the Middle Ages, so you can kind of call it like Grand Theft Horse, basically. Um, it's another parody game. I've wanted to check it out forever. I never played it. This is developed by the same team. So same idea, same style, but it's a more action RPG focused, kind of like a Diablo like almost, which gets me excited because I fucks with like Diablo likes. So
yeah.
so this will be cool to play. But the game has a really like tongue in cheek kind of humorous style to it. So this will be cool to check out. I like parody games, that kind of reinvents and look at what we already know about games, kind of pokes fun at those game tropes. And this looks like it's doing that. Oh, there's a link to their trailer for Rustler right there. Check that out. I've really never talked about this game. I could have sworn I told you about this game when it got
No, I
announced.
think you have. It's just I don't know. This is definitely not my wheelhouse of game here.
But no, jokes aside, like this game, yet another fantasy title looks pretty cool. I really, really want to check that out. I can't wait till that comes out. I'm probably gonna pick it up whenever that drops. Moving on, we got some game releases are coming out. July 26th, we got Hellpoint dropping on Xbox Series X. Hellpoint's like that sci-fi Souls-like, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, everyone tells me it's okay. We also got Noel, the Mortal Fate, also dropping same day on Xbox One. What is it, like an RPG Maker game?
Yeah.
It's like an
I don't
RPG
know. I
Maker
don't know if
adventure
I don't
game.
know if I've ever seen an RPG Maker game on console, but
Corpse Party, right?
is that an RPG Maker game? No, I
Yeah,
feel like
Corpse
that's.
Party's an RPG Maker, isn't
Is it
it?
really?
Yeah.
I feel like that game's been out for quite some time.
I think the initial release of it, like the freeware release of it, was RPG Maker. I think it's kind of built on that as they re-released it for
Oh,
consoles. Yeah, I'm like positive that's it.
interesting. Yeah. So if you guys are trying to get into game development, maybe check out RPG Maker.
Holy shit.
Get your
I
game
know
on.
like Corpse Party's been around forever, but according to Wikipedia, the very first release of Corpse Party was released on RPG Maker for free in 1996.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying though. That game is like old as dirt. I don't know if the current iteration of that is RPG Maker.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I know they did like a 3D remake on the 3DS like forever ago. They used like 3D models. That definitely was an RPG Maker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
So wait, was that like initial version? Was that like the PS1 version of RPG Maker? Because I remember fucking with that when that was out.
No, this came out like PC. According to Wikipedia, it was released for the PC 9801,
God.
which is like a Japanese personal computer model that came out like late 1990s.
I might have to check out Corpse Party because it's one of those like games that's like if it came out in like in the '90s and still getting like remakes and iterations today, it's gotta be good.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal, dude. It's gotten like sequels, remakes. It's got a
Yeah.
manga, fucking anime. So if we look at the platforms it's released on, it is released on the PC 9801, Windows, PSP, PS Vita, PS4, iOS, 3DS, Android, Switch, and Xbox One. Their latest release, Corpse Party,
Well, yeah, because
Blood Covered,
they
is a
re-released.
remake. Yeah.
Yeah, they put out like a remake last year.
Yeah, this is. I need to fucking get into Corpse Party. I've wanted to try. Where the fuck do you start with Corpse Party? Like,
Just maybe just that remake.
maybe. I'm gonna do some research. I'll probably try it. Oh, but yeah, yeah. Noel, the Mortal Fate,
Oh yeah.
Xbox One, July 26th. It's already on Steam, so if you don't want to wait till then, just play it on Steam. Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town is dropping on PS4 July 26th. That's already been out on Steam since September of last year. It's a like a Harvest Moon like.
Farming sim,
Yeah,
RPG elements. I feel like that's where these games are like transitioning into like some RPG shit, where you got your farm and then you go into the cave and kill monsters,
yeah,
bury them in your farm, and then grow shit out of them.
yeah, which is like fine. Like,
Yeah,
it's not my cup of tea, but I can see the appeal.
yeah.
And then July 27th, we got Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent releasing on mobile. So what is this game? Is it like an
Ooh.
actual like full RPG with like a story and everything, or
Uh, don't know.
yeah, I don't
It's a
know. I played
prequel.
Octopath Traveler on the
It's a
Switch and it was good.
prequel.
It is a prequel.
It's a
Okay,
prequel. Hey, you fucked up my doc.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh shit, my bad.
It's a prequel, so mobile only.
Yeah,
Wonder if
so
this
go
is
check it
gonna.
out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be free to play with in-app purchases. So we'll see how like predatory and obnoxious that is once it comes out.
Boo. Boo.
Yeah. But yeah, it's dropping on mobile July 27th. Day after that, July 28th. We got a couple releases, man. Azure Striker Gunvolt 3 is dropping on Switch July 28th. There's not even a release date for that. I think it's exclusively coming out on Switch
Yeah,
because I don't think
yeah,
it's coming out on PC until like
yeah.
the end of the year.
This is the first one they actually came out and announced that it will come to PC and it already has a Steam page up, but it's coming to Switch first.
Yeah, it's coming to Switch like this week. It's coming to PC like winter of this year. So that's cool. I liked Striker Gunvolt. I played the first one. I talked about it at length when I first played it, and it took a while to click with me. If you guys want to watch that show, like I think it was a couple months back when I talked about it, and it took a while for it to click with me. But once it clicked and I understood how the game wanted me to play, I had a fucking blast with it. I own the sequel, the second one, and I haven't really played it yet, so I'll have to give that a try until the third one comes out. But yeah, they're fun games. They're really, really fun games. I really, really liked what I was playing. And this looks like more of that. Like it looks really cool. It's got really hyper fast 2D side scrolling action gameplay that I love. This is another Rick game right here, man.
This looks dope.
Yeah, it does. It looks really dope. I'm probably gonna check that out later. I still gotta beat the second one, so I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna start that over, play through that, and then once I'm done with that, I might pick up the third one. There's also some spin-offs, right? Like Luminous Avengers, another one that's supposed to be really good. And there's the Gunvolt Burst, right? Like Mighty Gunvolt Burst, or no, it's Mighty Number 9 Burst. But I think it has Gunvolt characters in it. I don't fucking know. But yeah, check that out. Switch, July 28th. We also got Bear and Breakfast releasing on PC and Switch July 28th. It's a management simulator. You know, you run a cabin. It's a laid-back management adventure game, is how the Steam page describes it.
Yeah, but
Interesting.
you're a bear.
But you're a bear, which is fucking cool. I fucking love bears. Bears are cool as shit.
Yeah.
Ever tell you that? I fucking love bears. I think bears might be my favorite animal.
No, you never said that. That's interesting.
Yeah, bears are cool, man. They don't give a fuck. They just hang around and sleep all day and eat. Like, that's cool. I want to live that life.
That's the life right there. They know what's up.
Yeah. Yeah, bears are cool as shit. And yeah, Bear and Breakfast is coming out July 28th. You can get your management simulator on. We also got Captain Velvet Meteor, the Jump Plus Dimensions, releasing on Switch July 28th.
Yes.
I don't know what this game is. What the hell is this?
I don't know. No idea.
I really should go through these games before we start talking about them.
Damien's life is flipped upside down when his family moves him to Japan. A shy boy, he copes with his newfound loneliness with the power of his infinite imagination and creates an imaginary hero named Captain Velvet Meteor. In his imaginary world, Damien sets off on an adventure with his favorite Jump Plus heroes and fights to adjust his new home and find himself. Okay? Get it now?
Sure.
Oh,
There's a lot more to it. Experience Damien struggles living in Japan for the first time. He interacts with his family, blah, 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 blah. There you go. Takes part in strategic battles that include puzzle and stealth elements. Use signature attacks of your Jump Plus companions through power and assist combos to unleash massive damage on hordes of enemies. Or get strategic with abilities that inflict status effects or knock enemies aside to help control the battlefield. Okay, so it's a strategy RPG. Not too dissimilar to XCOM.
Yeah, this looks like it used to be a mobile game. Oh,
Yeah,
there's like anime bullshit, and there's a Spy X Family poster on his wall. Sure, this is set. This is based on something.
Well, Jump is Shonen Jump, right?
Oh yeah. Jump Plus. Okay.
So Jump Plus, I kind of know a little bit about this. This is Shonen Jump's digital service. They have a digital app you can download called, I think it's just called Manga Plus or Jump Plus.
Yeah.
But they have some exclusive titles that are exclusive to mobile. And they're formatted to fit on mobile. So you're not reading manga scans. These are written and drawn up to fit on a phone and to be read on a digital platform. I don't know how much those characters really transfer over, to this.
Yeah. I'm not sure. The only thing I see is he's got a Spy X Family poster on the wall.
Yeah. Have you seen Spy X Family?
I haven't seen it yet. I hear it's pretty popular.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy's super into it. He's been telling me to watch it forever. I finally buckled down and watched it. I was gonna watch an episode. That's what I was gonna do. I was I'm gonna watch one episode before I play Monster Hunter while I'm eating. And I ended up sitting through 4 episodes of it. It was really good. It's really funny.
I think it's Spy Cross Family. X in Japan means cross.
Yeah, so, well, that's when you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Hunter is just pronounced Hunter. You don't pronounce the X. You think I'm kidding, but what is up with Japan in general and just weird naming conventions for their stuff?
Yeah.
I thought it was just a problem with I thought it was just a problem with video games, but no, pretty much everything in Japan has a really obnoxious rating structure, most media at least.
Game's $25.
Speaking of Manga Plus, there's this really good. I downloaded it specifically because a YouTuber really like recommended it, and he recommended a story that's exclusive to it. I can't remember what it was called though. But I marathoned the whole thing in like one night. It's really good. If I can find it, I'll share it in the chat. Can't remember what the fuck it was called though. God damn it, this is gonna drive me crazy.
Kaumajo Remilia. Scarlet
Are
Symphony.
you just making stuff up?
No, that's the game. That's a video game, and it's coming to
All right,
PC
we're a video
and
game
Switch.
podcast. Right, we're a video game podcast. Yes, that is coming to Switch. It is an action side scroller based on Toho project. So like the
My toe
bullet
hell's
hell
that.
shooters, right?
This looks like a Castlevania.
Yeah, it very much looks like Castlevania. The description says it's based in the world of Toho project. So, I mean, I don't really care much for the Toho like bullet hell shooter stuff, but
Yeah.
I love me some Castlevania, some Metroidvanias, dude. So it's like right up my alley.
Marisa and Cerno joined the party.
I don't know who either of those people are.
Yeah. Gonna find out.
But no, this is Castlevania as fuck, dude.
Well, isn't Castlevania? Isn't that Akumojo Dracula?
What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Are you making stuff up?
I'm not. In Japan, they call Castlevania. It's not called Castlevania in Japan. It's called Akumojo Dracula.
What is it?
Yeah. So this is called Kumojo Remilia.
Hold on. Googling. Yeah, Akumojo Dracula. Akumajo. What does that mean?
I don't know.
I think like Aku means like demon or something to do with demon. That's why like Akuma from Street Fighter is called like Akuma. Has something to do with like demon.
Yeah, it could be.
But I don't know what the rest of the word means. I don't speak Japanese, so I don't know word structure.
This is going on the wish list, so
yeah, this looks cool as fuck. It's coming out on PC and Switch. Probably pick it up on Switch. I'm surprised you're not like judging me or making jokes at me because I'm gonna buy it on Switch.
I am just silently.
And another series of Metroidvanias, Lost Epic, is dropping on Switch, PS4, and PS5 July 28th. It's already been on Steam since June 5th. And yeah, it's a 2D side-scrolling action RPG. Looks very, very similar to like Vanillaware, but it does where Vanillaware uses sprites for their characters. This looks like it's using like models. You know what I mean? Like models that just bend and stretch. You know, that have certain points of articulation.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you know what I mean because I was like trying to figure out how I was gonna describe it.
No, it looks like whatchamacallit does the same thing. The dishwasher games.
Yeah, the Scott Studios guys. Yeah.
Yeah. This looks.
But don't get me wrong, it works. Like the style works, gets the job done, and it's a lot cheaper than like redrawing sprites over and over again.
It is. This looks like a budget game. It looks like they didn't have the money to really do crazy shit like that. So
yeah, so I don't mind it too much.
Yeah,
it looks all right. The Steam reviews are mostly positive, but recent reviews have been mixed. I don't know why.
It looks like they did put out update 3.0 or 1.3.0. So maybe that's what it is.
A lot of the complaints come from like content padding. So how bad is that really though?
Boring level design. Reuse enemy and their mechanics. So much farming overall is quite boring.
I don't know. I played Monster Hunter, man. I love the grind. So
Uh, I don't like when you're forced to grind.
it's an early access game.
Yeah.
So wait, when it's coming out, then when's it coming out? July 28th. Is that like the full release for it? Then is that when it's fully releasing?
Oh, probably. Well, that's when it's coming to Switch and
Yeah,
PS4, PS5.
I just looked at the Steam page here, and yeah, the game's fully releasing July 28th. So they're coinciding the console releases with the actual full release of it.
That's cool.
All right, so that's cool. Yeah, I might check that out then. Let's get some multiplayer game too, so it's got some co-op mechanics. I'll take a look at it. I'll keep my eye on it. You know, when it does come out, I'll see what the reviews say. It might be worth checking out.
It's Steam Deck verified, so
Yep. And the game's only $20, so
yeah.
fuck it. It's not expensive. We also got Yestaria Saga 2, The Sacred Sword of Silva Naster. Salvinister.
Yes.
That's a long fucking name. What is this game? Yestaria Saga 2 continues the adventures of Zade, bringing the tales of him and his companions to a thrilling, satisfying end. They will encounter allies, both new and old, while uncovering more mysteries behind the vile Margalites and their plan to plunge Vestaria into a new age of darkness. There's a lot of proper nouns in there. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know about Zade?
No.
And Margalets?
No, I don't know Zade or the Margalites and the conflict with them, or the political structure of the land of Astaria.
This looks like a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, it does.
Um, Autosave
It's a
has been
strategy
implemented.
RPG. Yeah, it's a strategy RPG, so it kind of reminds me of like Fire Emblem a little bit, but bigger.
They've finally implemented autosave in 2022.
Is this like an ongoing series, or is it a new game with like this older style?
It's number 2 in the saga.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big like
This
strategy
looks
RPG fan.
this looks old though. It looks like a yeah, it looks like old school like Fire Emblem.
Yeah, that's what
It
I'm asking.
reminds
This
me
isn't
of.
like a remake of an older game. This is like a new game with like an old art style, right?
That's what it would seem so. But
Yeah. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but those of you who are into it, here you go. Here's a game to play.
yeah, I mean if you don't know shit about Zade and Margalites.
Motherfucker doesn't know shit about Zade. This motherfucker don't know shit about Zade.
Oh, you don't know. Oh, this dude don't know shit about Zade.
Oh,
Man,
Jesus.
it's the age of darkness, motherfucker.
Oh, Jesus. We have fun here on the show. Jokes aside, like this game, it looks okay, man. Like it looks inoffensive strategy RPG. If that's your cup of tea, go check it out. How much is that game? Like $20?
I hope not. It doesn't say.
No, it doesn't say. How much is the first one? They got a first game, right?
Where is that?
Hold on, I'm looking it up. Yestaria Saga 1 is $19.99.
That means the second one's gonna be more than that. Then it would have to
Or it
be.
could be the same.
How you gonna have one cost the same as two?
I don't know. Maybe it released at $20. It's never like changed it.
People seem to like it.
Yeah, it's got good reviews. People like it, so
The master of classic tactics games is back.
this is like a series.
Keep comparing it to Fire Emblem to say if you like Fire Emblem, you play this. Yeah, basically every review here mentions Fire Emblem in some way.
So there you go then. If you like Fire Emblem, you like this game. And other releases, we got Yuani releasing on Switch, also July 28th. It's another game that's been on Steam since August of last year. It's a first-person narrative horror game that whisks you away to the sunset-stained world to play a deadly game of hide and seek as grade schooler. I almost read AI. Navigate authentic Japanese environments and utilize every hiding space you can find to survive the horrors ahead. And if they find you, dot dot dot, run. No, it's a first person horror game. No combat, which already that's gonna be a no from me, dude.
Yeah.
I get. This is my opinion. Not everybody likes it, but I don't like horror games with no combat. It's just I don't find
Where you
fun
can't
in
fight
hiding.
back.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
I don't like just hiding in a corner and having pre-scripted AI like chase you around.
yeah.
And if I don't hide in the right box, I get fucking killed and got to start the whole thing over again. No, that's not my cup of tea.
This one you gotta
I'm
like
sorry.
hide. You gotta hold your breath.
Yeah. Which I mean, still not enough to get me to try it. The game's only $22, but it's gotten mostly mixed reviews on Steam, so
Yeah.
I don't know, not my cup of tea.
Got a
Um,
57 on Open Critic.
ooh, but yeah, I mean, for the price, check it out. It might be worth checking out, but there's better horror games out there, man.
Yeah.
Especially if you're gonna be playing it on Switch. What's that other one that came out? Yawatori, something like that.
What?
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on.
Not that many reviews of this though. Most of them are in Chinese.
How do you know it's Chinese and not Japanese?
You can tell.
Oh yeah?
Can't tell Chinese from Japanese.
I don't know. Can you?
Yes. Or they're different characters.
Yeah, I can't tell. I'm not gonna lie, I can't tell.
Yeah. Watashi wa wasabi desu. Hajimemashite.
Hello. Donde está la biblioteca? But no. Yomawari. That's the name of the game. It's
uh,
another horror game on Switch that I actually heard is pretty good, so that might be worth your time. You can buy the Yomawari collection for about $25, $30. Comes with 2 games. So already might be worth checking that out
that on Switch?
over. Yeah, it's on Switch.
Okay.
I've heard good things about them. I've heard really good things about them. Nitro Rad did a review on it a couple years back, and that's kind of what like convinced me to check them out. It's on my
Oh,
list. I haven't bought it yet, but it's on my list.
these are like pixel art.
Yeah, but it's really really good. Like I saw some gameplay of it. It legitimately like looks like really nerve wracking. And there's no like combat in it per se, but each like there are different yokai, and each yokai has a different way of like dealing with it. Like some of them you gotta watch them when you make eye contact, when you gotta keep your eyes on them. If not, they'll kill you. Others you guys pretend they're not there, and if you react to them, they'll kill you.
Oh, this is
Like it
cool.
legit. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah,
Like I've wanted to
see,
play it for a while.
I like games that do something different. This is different.
Yeah,
Sounds like like a fatal frame, but with a flashlight.
Yeah, exactly. And like not here's my thing about horror games. Like I like me some horror games, but I think the whole like first person run and hide horror game is played out. Like I don't like it. I tried Outlast, didn't like it. I tried Amnesia, didn't like it. I like what I was trying to do. I like the aspect of it. I like the idea of it, trying to take that power away from you. But I liked what I like about Resident Evil is that it gives you a resource to deal with on top of like all the horror stuff. It's not just, it's not scary because I can fight back. Yeah, no, that's not the case. Like, it's another resource you got to manage. You got to manage like your health. You got to manage how much items you can carry. You got to manage the ammo you have. If you have enough resources to deal with the next threat, I like that. I like that moment-to-moment decision making. So I never really got into these types of games. But Yomawari looks like it's taking that kind of concept and flipping it. I don't think it has a combat system per se, but every yokai has a different way of dealing with it. So that's a cool way to play it. And because of the camera angle, I don't feel like there's going to be a lot of like really cheap bullshit that's going to fuck with me. Um, but yeah, I want to check this game out for a while now. It's been on my wish list forever, so I might just pick it up one day and really play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's definitely looks like it's going to be worth more of my time than Yuani. Sorry, Yuani devs, if you're listening. But your game doesn't look interesting, man. I'm sorry. Um, July 29th, we got Avenging Spirit dropping on Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X. I'm going to read the story to this. It's really short. During a romantic walk with his girlfriend, the main character is attacked by enemy agents who kidnap his love and then murder him. Holy shit. That
Wow.
is. Okay. As a spirit, the player must save the girlfriend? Yeah, her name is the girlfriend from a mysterious crime syndicate, so you can finally rest in peace. Possess one of four characters' with unique abilities at the start of the game. You can attack or possess enemies, collect power-ups, and defeat the bosses to advance. Features legacy arcade title from the 1990s, platform action gameplay, choose from four characters, and a supernatural storyline.
Yeah, this looks old school, man. This
Yeah,
looks
dude.
good.
It's only $6. Like, I might check this out for $6.
Yeah.
A lot of ninjas. Are like half the characters ninjas? I've seen two ninjas in this game you play
There's
as.
like a ninja, there's a gangster.
What is that, a
uh
nun throwing snowballs?
okay. Yeah, that looks pretty dope.
I looked up. This story is a trip, dude. Like, that's how you getting murdered and your girlfriend gets kidnapped. You got to fight a whole crime syndicate.
Yeah.
Jesus. Jesus. this might be worth checking out, dude. For $6, this might be worth checking out.
Save the girlfriend. Yeah, this is cool.
That's my favorite part. Doesn't have a name, just the girlfriend. Save the
Yeah.
girlfriend. Oh, Jesus. Next, we got Digimon Survive releasing on PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One, also on July 29th. Digimon Survive is a
It's a
RPG,
it's a
right?
visual novel.
It's an RPG too, isn't it?
I don't
Or am I making that up?
I don't think so. But there's no page for it yet. So let's just go to the
Yeah,
official website.
I'm seeing the gameplay trailer, and there's like action, no, not action, strategy RPG elements to it. It looks like.
Oh, okay. I guess they call it an RPG, I guess. Okay.
I was reading like some comments. And not on this page. I can't remember where I read it from, but I saw the trailer for it forever ago, and I was reading some comments on it. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is a survival game. This is bullshit."
Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep Agumon fat or he's going to eat you.
But yeah, a lot of people comparing this to like the Devil Survivor, the Shin Megami Tensei game, which yeah, is another like strategy RPG. Well, this looks cool. I might check this out actually. No, I'm not. I don't care about Digimon, but
gameplay. It's all just like I haven't seen any game of this. That's the thing.
Really? I'll send you the trailer I was looking at. It's like towards
But
the end.
that's why I thought it was a visual novel. It was like see nothing but fucking anime.
I think the story's told through visual novel, but the gameplay is yeah, strategy RPG.
Here we go. Oh, you can talk it out. You can talk to them, talk to the monsters, and
Yeah, it's very Shin Megami Tensei, this game.
yeah. Oh yeah, this is fucking strategy as fuck, dude. Boy. Yeah.
But yeah, it's Digimon Survive. Like, are there any Digimon fans in the chat? Like, tell us what you think.
Are there any Digimon fans on the planet anymore? I'm sure they exist. I'm sure they exist.
I'm sure they exist, but
You just no one talks about Digimon, dude. It's like not. It's nowhere near as prominent as it like was in the late '90s, early 2000s. I always thought Digimon was cool because like they just had they could talk, so like they all had like different like personalities and shit.
yeah, exactly. I thought that was really cool.
Okay, well there we go. Digimon Survive. It's a video
Yeah,
game.
it's a video game. So we were checking out. Madison is also dropping on Switch July 29th. I don't know dick about this game. What is this? It's a
I think
first
it's
person psychological horror game.
another run and hide game. I think.
Yeah, we talked about this before, I think, when it first came out on Steam. Well, another run and hide game. So go check that out when that comes out on Switch, July 29th. RimWorld Console Edition is dropping for PS4 and Xbox One, also July 29th.
Boy, I'm curious to see how this game works on a fucking console.
Yeah, dude, I
Uh,
can't imagine. This is a sci-fi colony sim, and it has like a AI like director kind of running the background stuff. Yeah, I have no idea this is gonna work on console, dude.
yeah, because like not even the PC version has controller support. So
Yeah. So we'll see when that happens.
I've always wanted to try this game, but it's just I just have no idea what the fuck it even is.
Yeah. Yeah, same. Yeah, dude, same. It looks interesting, but not quite my cup of tea.
Yeah.
We'll see whenever that comes out. We also got what's the page again? We got Xenoblade Chronicles 3 releasing on Switch. I'm gonna be honest, kind of embarrassed to admit, I forgot this was coming out.
Yeah.
I've been playing so much Monster Hunter, and this game got announced like pretty recently. Like it got announced like a month ago, right?
This year, definitely.
Yeah. So it's cool to see the turnaround time on this. It looks good. I mean, it looks really good. I fucking love Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is one of my favorite games. I've tried to replay Xenoblade Chronicles 1 multiple times. Not the game's fault. It's just I have a habit of like dropping RPGs after I play them, and Xenoblade Chronicles 1. I love the story, but I keep playing it. I drop it, try to get back into it. I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? So I gotta start it all over again. Almost happened with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but I actually managed to like finish that game, and I loved every minute of it. And this looks like more of that, dude. And I'm excited. I love Xenoblade, so I'll definitely be picking this one up. Probably not day one. I got other expenses, but I will pick it up eventually.
Yeah. The only one I played, the first one I played was Xenoblade Chronicles X,
Yeah, you told me
and
that you didn't like it.
I liked it until you get to a certain point, and it's like, dude, fuck off. Like it forces you to grind so hard, and like there's like a difficulty spike, and like you put like 90 hours into it, and then like there's a difficulty spike, and then it forces you to like get your relationship up with specific characters, and
yeah, the Xenoblade games fucking love their bars, dude. Every fucking system of the game has like a meter to fill up. Like,
yeah. So I was like, fuck it, I'm not doing this. It just forces you to do shit you don't want to do. Just regress the story. It's bad.
Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is like less egregious with it. But its expansion, what is it? The Torna Golden Country? Like, it's really fucking bad with it. Like, Torna has a system where you can like rally the citizens behind you to do stuff. And points of the story are locked until you build up enough like rapport with different citizens. So it forces you to like do side quests and like talk to NPCs to kind of bring them into your war effort. It's like it's kind of obnoxious. I don't know why that was like a thing. Like forces you to do that. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 wasn't as bad, but its expansion was awful with it. Hopefully 3 is not the same. I'm gonna buy it eventually. I will end up buying it soon, just not right now. I don't have the time to play it. I'm still playing so many games right now, and I ain't got $60 to drop on that game right now for a game I'm not gonna play for like at least another month.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a while before I like actually have the time to invest in it. I got so much shit coming up. But yeah, that's gonna do it, man. That's our last release. That's gonna be the end of the show. Wasabi, tell me where they can find us, man.
Guys, you can go to Gameoverse.com. Gameoverse.com/Twitch. Gameoverse.com/YouTube. Gameoverse.com/Discord. And do go to the Discord and chat with us, because we'll chat back. Throw in some if you got anything you want us to talk about specifically. If you're a Digimon fan, go in there and tell us how much you love Digimon. If you like what are those other games, like Rune Factory? I actually got Rune Factory 5 or whatever the fuck it was, because it looked interesting.
Yeah, did you play it yet?
No, but I want to.
All right, tell us about it next week.
Yeah, maybe
Sure.
I'll dip into that.
You
check out some more Stray. Yeah, and check out some more Power Wash Simulator. Yeah, so look forward to that.
Yeah, everybody be safe, be cool, get vaccinated if you can, and be excellent to each other.